Well, the Treasurer has just delivered his third budget, boasting a second surplus and power rebates for every household. But with some economists warning the extra subsidies will work against the RBA's inflation suppression strategy. The Treasurer joins me live in the studio. Third one, done and dusted. Let me ask you, why does everyone get the $300 energy rebate?
Oh, because we understand that people are under cost of living pressures right up and down the income scale. And our cost of living package is about recognising those pressures people are under and doing something about it. Some of the cost of living package is broad, a tax cut for every taxpayer, energy bill relief for every household, and some of it is targeted, rent assistance, help with cheaper medicines and more initiatives like that. So we've struck the right balance here.
Billionaires get it. Clive Palmer gets it. People on 40 grand a year get it. So how's that equitable?
Well, once you go beyond providing it to people on pensions and payments like we did last time, proudly, once you go beyond that, the best and easiest and most efficient way is to provide it to every household to take some of the edge off those energy bills.
You're saying that you're acting on Treasury advice that it's going to reduce inflation. Let's say the economy does prove stronger and growth bounces back in a big way. Do you accept this is a gamble of sorts by putting those rebates into place? Because it does give people more dollars to spend.
Yeah, I don't see it that way. I'm pretty careful and cautious and conservative when it comes to spending public money. And in the context of a $2.6 trillion economy, I don't accept that what we are doing is going to add to inflation. I take the Treasury view and the Treasury advice that says that our budget will put downward pressure on inflation, not upward pressure on inflation. The way we've designed our cost of living help will take the edge off bills without adding to inflation elsewhere in the economy.
$300. Interestingly, $25 more than what you promised to reduce power bills by at the last election at $275. Is that symbolism important to you?
Oh, that hasn't been what's determined the sum. We've done as much help as we can afford to do in a responsible way. That number you refer to was...
It neutralises a bit of politics, though, when the coalition say, oh, you haven't done that. Well, you say, well, we've delivered $300 rebate.
Yeah, and remember last time when we were delivering help, they voted against it. But the number you're referring to was a forecast in 21 about an outcome in 25. We're providing energy bill relief in the here and now. We did in the last budget. We are again in the next budget, but there'll be more relief for more people in this budget because of the way that we have balanced responsible economic management, cost of living help and fighting inflation and investing in the future.
So just the number was a coincidence as opposed to the previous promise?
Well, we determined the number based on the most help that we could responsibly provide with all of the budget constraints and all of our other priorities at the same time.
You've had back-to-back surpluses. Is it two and done now? Because it's the first back-to-back surpluses we've seen in nearly 20 years. Do you think another one is possible? Because we've seen revenue upgrades over the years with commodities stronger than Treasury had forecast. Do you still hope you might be able to jag another one in your time as Treasurer?
The way I see it is we're always trying to make the budget more sustainable, and we have engineered a stunning turnaround in the budget. You know, the bottom line is more than $200 billion stronger. Debt is much lower. We've avoided $80 billion in interest costs over the next 10 years because of our responsible economic management. You know, what defines this budget and what defines this government is the responsible economic management, which gets the budget in better nick, not at the expense of helping people, but in addition to helping people and investing in the future.
So you haven't given up on another surplus in the short to medium term?
I'm always looking for ways to make the budget more sustainable. It is not just an important thing in itself that we've got these two surpluses, the first back-to-back in almost 2 decades. That is important. It's a demonstration of how responsible we're being. But it's not an end in itself. It's really about making room to do the things we need to help people doing it tough, to set out this vision for the future of our economy, to make sure that we are satisfying all of those priorities simultaneously.
You've got the energy rebate, freezing the cost of medicine, plus the tax cuts that come into play on July 1. What do you say to those, including us on the panel earlier, who were suggesting it's got the whiff of an election
Was it
budget?
Clennell that was saying that? That sounds like a Clennell thing.
Laura as well, myself. All three of us actually got the trifecta.
Right, yeah. He's shopping everyone.
Yeah.
Look, it's a budget which is about the economic cycle, not the political cycle. And my job is to really try and make working with Katie Gallagher and our team to make the right decisions for the right reasons, primarily economic reasons, and the politics will take care of them.
So you look at page 51 of Budget Paper 1, the cash rate assumed to gradually ease from the middle of next year. It sounds like there's no point waiting for a rate cut. So why not go to the polls?
Well, first of all, the assumptions in the budget are just informed by a survey of market economists. I think the Bloomberg survey of market economists. And so they have to put an assumption in there. They don't really apply judgment to that. They're not coming up with that assessment from scratch. They're informing and applying the views of market economists because you need to put some kind of assumption in there.